Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. And how are y'all doing this morning? Yes, June, I'm late. Better late than never. Better late than never, June. Okay, better late than never. Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram this morning. It's a very exciting morning this morning, guys. Yes, it's a very, very exciting morning. And guys, we are all winners this morning. Yes, I'm not the only winner, but we are all winners this morning. Guys, thanks for the votes. Thanks for your support. Thanks for the donations. Oh my God, I can't believe some of the people who donated. Total strangers. Total strangers, guys, and some of my own people, close, buddy friends. They didn't even vote, but I still love them. Yes, I still love them. Good morning, Audrey. Good morning, Audrey. Yes, welcome to the live this morning, Audrey. Yes, man, we're all winners. All right, guys. So this morning, I decided to make something on the Mexican side, but I'm twisting it my way. I'm twisting it my way. Yes, I'm putting a little twist to it. Yes, I'm adding. They make their burritos with rice and beans. So I'm putting a little twist to mine. I'm adding some quinoa, some meatless ground, some herbs, and some veggies. And yes, we're going to have a great break feast. Yes, we're all winners, Audrey. Audrey just typed it in on Facebook Live. Yes, we are all winners. Yes, Janet June, my daughter, my son who worked so hard. Guys, when I dropped to second place, let me give you a little story. When I dropped to second place on Thursday, I was stressed. Believe me, I started to sweat. I was on the highway and I started to sweat, guys. I started to worry. And then a voice spoke to me and said, no, don't worry, because the last minute, everybody's going to come through for you. So I quickly text my son. I said, listen, I just dropped to second place. Hit up everybody in your office. So they have a chat group in my son's office. And he shared the link in the chat group, guys. Yes, he shared the link in the chat group. And everybody and their mamas were voting. Some even donated because they really wanted me to win. And I just want to publicly thank everyone who works in my son's office. I want to also publicly thank Audrey. Guys, Mr. When meeting say Audrey now do nothing, She cuss me off, Like, leave me alone, not in those exact same words. Leave me alone, and you know, see me at work. Yes, Audrey went even to Africa. Yes, Kenya, and what was the other place? Audrey, Republic of Africa or something like that. Yes, she went all out, hitting up her friends as far as Africa. So, guys, I got votes worldwide. I got votes from Canada. I got votes from Jamaica. I got votes from England. It was just across the globe, and I'm so happy. I even got votes from New Zealand. Yes, Central African Republic, she said. She just typed it in. Yes, she hit up all her associates and friends and asked them to vote. And that's great teamwork. And that's how we all should be, guys. If one of our friends is doing something positive, we, support them, help them. And I want to say, Audrey, I publicly thank you. I can't thank you enough. I can't repay you for what you have been doing for Ceelee's Kitchen behind the scenes. I am so happy. And guys, let's give some hearts for Audrey this morning on all three platforms. Yes, on all three platforms. Let's give Audrey some hearts, guys. She deserves it. So let's send up some hearts. Alrighty, let's send up some hearts for Audrey, guys. Come on. Thumbs up, hearts, whatever you want to send. Alrighty. So this morning, guys, as I told you before, I'm going to be making a Mexican dish. Over here, I have some plant-based meatless crumbles. They say it's originally beefy, but it's not meat. So this morning, guys, I'm catering for My vegans. Yes, I'm catering for my vegans this morning because I find that I am kind of leaning more towards the vegan stuff, guys, and I'm loving it. So this morning I'm catering for my vegan. I took out this cup to make some tea now, but I'm not feeling for any tea this morning. So next week I'm gonna make some chocolate tea with the thing swimming on the top, the Jamaican style, and I'll be drinking it out of my aluminum mug. All right, guys, we have 3 prize giveaways, but later on in the show, I will give them away, and the questions I will be asking today, guys, it has to do with all that happened this week about the competition. So make sure you have your answers ready. All right. Yes, Miss Joycey. I see your thumbs. I see your fingers are up, the emoji. All right, guys. So over here, I went ahead and I started to steam some quinoa. Yes, I have this tricolor. Oh, it's right here. I have this tricolor quinoa that I bought in Trader Joe's. They said it's 0 sodium. It's 2.5 grams of total fat, and it's very healthy. It has 6 grams of protein. It has some fiber. It has 1 gram of sugar. So it's an organic tricolor quinoa. It's gluten-free. I make sure the label said gluten-free. So I went ahead to steam a little bit of it because I will be, instead of using rice, because Mexicans like to put rice in their burritos and their tacos. So I choose a healthier version of steaming some quinoa. All I added to the water was some organic buttery plant-based spread and a little bit of adobo. So that's what I added to it and steam it down the same way we steam rice. Trader Joe's quinoa. I love it. Yes, Audrey, their quinoa is really, really good. So everything that I'm using here today, guys, it's dairy-free. It's very vegan friendly. I'm also going to be using the almond mozzarella style shreds. Yes, that's what I'll be using. It's a cheese alternative. It's very tasty. I'm also going to be using their Parmesan. It says go veggie. It's soy free. It's dairy free. It's gluten free. It's grated Parmesan, non-GMO. Yes, vegan. Alrighty. And of course, I'll be using an array of seasoning and herbs. All right, guys, let's get cracking. Let me turn the stove on. So while my pot is getting hot, I'm going to be chopping up some onion. So I have a half of sweet Vidalia onion here that I'll be using. So I'm just going to chop it up in small pieces. I'm just going to chop it up in small pieces. And then over here, I have about 5 cloves of garlic, which I'm going to grate. Because, I like to grate my garlic, guys. I don't like to smash it. I like to grate it. It spreads better in the food, and it gives the food a nicer flavor. So I like to grate my garlic. So I'm always grating my garlic. Don't want to grate my finger off. So I want to get every ounce of garlic off of this thing right here. So I'm just going to use a knife to scrape it off. All right. Put that in my sink. And then I'm going to chop up some baby bell. Oh, wow. And then I'm going to chop up some baby bell. Elwood know better not to call me at this time, Elwood was just calling me. Yep. All righty. So now I'm chopping up some scallion, guys. So the ingredients are baby bell, garlic, about 3 stalks of scallion that I got from my garden. These came from Ceelee's garden. So these are fresh scallions that I'm cutting up. And I have some grape tomatoes over here. I'm just going to dice them in about 4 or 5 pieces. You know, chop them up. So I'm going to chop this up. And over here, I went ahead and I diced some baby carrots. So I'm going to also be adding some baby carrots to the mixture this morning. So it's a very veggie Fiesta bowl. I have to change the title on YouTube. It's going to be called a Fiesta bowl because indeed the flats that I'll be serving them in, the taco shells, they're flat. It has the shape of a bowl. It's kind of square. They're nice and tiny, and they're called Fiesta flats. So I'm going to change the name to Fiesta bowl. All right. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm using my wok this morning, guys, to cook this up. Good morning, Elwood. Big up to Elwood, my sister. Yes, guys, Elwood was one of them who kept voting, who kept sharing the link, who kept donating. And I really appreciate it. I want to say publicly, thank you. All right, let me take some of the smoke out of here. So, guys, I'm using some grapeseed oil. And the oil is hard to come out of this thing, so I have to swish it around a few times. Alrighty. So I have a small amount of oil in. All right. So I'm going to be adding all of these herbs and seasoning to the wok, carrots, and everybody. Carrots fly out of the pot. So guys, I'm just sauteing this in my wok for a few minutes. Oh, I need to take this out. A piece of onion skin got away in the pot, guys. All right, guys. So now I'm going to be adding my plant-based crumbles. And if you're not vegan and you want to try this recipe, you can use any ground meat of your choice. You can use ground turkey, ground beef, ground chicken, or if you want to go the vegan way, well, she just sent me 50 stars, guys, to top it off. Woo, thank you, Elwood, for 50 stars. And guys, you can send me some stars as well. I totally forgot about stars. Yes, guys, you could send me some stars on Facebook. Thanks. Thank you, Elwood. All right, guys, so I'm adding my crumbles to the pot. I'm adding my plant-based, and it says originally beefy, so it's going to have a beefy flavor. So I'm just going to stir this in a little before I start seasoning it. All right. So now I'm going to start with some crushed red pepper. But if you're from Jamaica and you want to use some Scotch bonnet pepper, that's optional as well. You can make your changes as you go along. But I'm adding some dried crushed red pepper. Then I'm adding some parsley flakes. And then I'm going to be adding some garlic and herb. Mrs. Dash. And of course, because I want to add a little Jamaica in it, I'm adding a little all-purpose grace. Listen to him, don't embarrass me on live. Okay, it eventually came out. All right. So the last two herbs that I'm going to be using, and let me stir as I go along, is some no salt herb seasoning by Wesley Farms. You know, we Caribbean people, we use a lot of herbs because the coffee tastes good. Yeah, man. But you could add your desired seasoning, guys. But the whole idea of this dish remains the same. But you could add, you know, the seasonings that you like. All right, so the last seasoning I'm going to add, of course, is some adobo. And the reason why I'm adding the adobo for last, because, you know, I don't use salt, and this has all the salt and everything in it. So the other seasoning can marinate properly in it first, and then I'm going to add this last. And then with that, I have some plant-based. It's not soy sauce, because I'm trying to keep a little bit away from the soy. You know, women and cancer or something flying out the pot, that's fine. We add a little bit more because I think it could take a little more. So I'm going to leave this to simmer a little bit. I'm going to add a little water because it's drying out. Elwood sent me 200 stars again. Oh, she's loving my life, so she sent me 200 stars. Who else want to send me some stars on the live? Okay, guys. So I just added a little water because it was drying out. And the last ingredient I'm going to add to this to top it off is some organic tomato ketchup. So I'm adding about 4 squeeze of this. Maybe 5. Because it's the last of the ketchup. You know, you have to shake the bottle properly. All right. So I've added some tomato ketchup, guys. So this is what's going to top it off. This is what's going to make it yummy. Guys, this is smelling so good. It's smelling so good. Woo. So I'm just going to turn on my fire and let it simmer for a little bit. I don't want it all dried out. She said she's loving this live, so she sent me 250 stars. Thank you, Elwood. Thank you. And let's see who's joining me on YouTube. I see June. I think that's June. I think my son. No, that's not Chris. I see Kamika Porter just joined my life. Okay, guys. So I have 3 prize giveaways this morning. 3 prize giveaways. I'm giving away a plantain crusher. So when you're making your tostones and you don't want to use the bottle or the rolling pin, they made a plantain crusher. Can you believe it, guys? When I saw it yesterday, I was cracking up. I'm like, yes, I got to get this to give away on the show. Who said they thought it was ketchup? Yes, it is ketchup. All right. So it's by Imusa. I also bought their enamel cup to drink my chocolate tea, but I'm not having tea this morning because it's, you know, it's kind of hot and it's the summer. So, guys, I have a question. This won't be the first prize, though. I'm just showing you what the prizes are. And I know it's the summertime, guys, and you guys are having a lot of barbecues. And even if you're not having barbecues, you know, the fruit flies come in the house when you buy fruits. This is the perfect thing to swap them. Yeah, zap them, fry them. You can fry them on this tennis racket looking thing. So it's handheld electric bug zapper. Yes, and it's good for flies. It's good for any insects, mosquitoes, fruit flies, you name it. Alrighty, so this is gonna be my first prize this morning. Okay, if you guys were on my Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube all this week, you will see that I entered the favorite chef competition. So I'm going to be asking some questions about this competition. Let's see how many of you guys clicked into the link and read all the details. Alrighty. So who can tell me how much money they're going to pay out when that person wins? Whoever the winner is, which I know it's going to be me. I have to speak it into existence. Who can tell me the amount of money that I will be? $25,000 is indeed correct, Elwood. $25,000. So the winner of the favorite chef competition will be winning $25,000. Can you imagine, guys? $25,000. I'm gonna be buying some equipment for this catering business. Yes, we gotta go upgrade. Yeah, man. I'll do nothing here. Alrighty. So Elwood just won this zapper. So now, guys, I have 3 prizes for Elwood. Yes, I haven't delivered her 2 last gifts. No, it's actually 3. It's actually 3, Elwood. And I'll speak to you after the live. Yes. So Elwood won this zapper. It's indeed $25,000. She answered before you, darling, on Instagram. Alrighty. So my next question. Who can tell me the name of the person who is hosting the favorite chef competition? Who can tell me the name of the person who is hosting the favorite chef competition? It is on all the links that I've shared. When you open the link, that's one of the first things you see. Let's see how many of you on this live this morning is observant. Who can tell me? Oh, Brianna, you're not playing. You know. Okay, my daughter won it, but I don't think I want to give her the prize, guys. Let's give it to somebody else. Let's give it to somebody else, because you don't want any more junk in your kitchen anyway. Let's give it to somebody else, Bree. She gave the answer already, so whoever type in the answer after, you get this plantain crusher. Nobody wants it? It's a plantain crusher. Okay, I guess nobody wants the prize. Okay, so the prize goes to Bree then. All right. My next question. I don't want this thing to dry out. Let me turn my fire down. The next question is, what was my winning number, and what category was I placed in as number 1? If you can tell me that answer, you win this mug. It's very heavy. They say it's a beer mug, but you could use it for lemonade. You could use this for a lemonade or any of your favorite beverage, even water. It holds a lot. It holds a lot. If you, okay, let me rephrase the question. Let me rephrase the question. Let me rephrase the question. How should I put this? Nobody is coming up with an answer. Do you want me to repeat the question, or should I change the question? Oh no, Jackie, I wasn't number 2. I was number 1. I was actually the winner in my group, because they grew. The competition, guys, is similar to American Idol. It's similar to American Idol. So they categorize you in groups. So in my group, I was number one. So I went to the next round. So the next round is next week. The next round is next week. So it will be, I can't say the answer because you'll get the first answer. So the first category, I was the top, number one in the top. I can't call the number. Just give me the number, guys, and you win this cup. Audrey, where you there? Nobody don't want the prize. All right, let's sit here for a while. I'm giving you some time to think. All right, I'm giving you some time to go cheat. You can go on the link right now if you want and see where I was placed. What did it say? I was number one in the top. What's the number? What's the number? Tell me the number. All right. I'll leave you guys to think. I'll leave you guys to go look for the answer. Okay, guys. So my meatless ground is ready. It's ready like Freddy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clear this area. And I have my favorite bowl. And thanks to Lisa Jolly for this bowl. I'm telling you, this is my favorite bowl in the kitchen. I use it every day. Every day. And I'm going to use it now and show you guys. I already rinsed the top of the can off because, you know, sometimes it sits on the supermarket shelf for weeks. All right, so I'm going to pour my can of corn in. And guys, this is Trader Joe's naturally sweet and crisp. No sugar added, no preservatives. Corn in a can. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to drain all the excess water out of it. Isn't this cool, guys? Now, guys, you see why I love kitchen gadgets? Make my life easier. I don't have to drain the can and then some of the liquid is left. This drains everything out. See? Okay, guys, so I'm going to be adding corn to the bowl, some quinoa, and some of this mixture. So today, I'm using the Ortega Fiesta Flats. Yes, you can get this in the supermarket. It's the Ortega Fiesta Flats. So I'm just going to open the packet. I think I'm just going to do 3. Matter of fact, I'm going to do 4 because I'm going to taste one for you on live. So I'm going to use 3 for my display. All right, guys. So you see how cute these are? These are great party ideas. The summer is coming. If you're having people over, this is a very great idea. And everything is vegan this morning, guys. No meat, no dairy, no preservatives. All right. So, guys, I'm going to start with my quinoa in the pot that I steam. And I'm using the tricolor, gluten-free, organic quinoa. So I'm going to fill each bowl with some quinoa. I'm going to fill each bowl with some quinoa. And these are called the Fiesta bowls. So I'm just going to fill each bowl with quinoa. And you know, Mexicans, they like corn. That's why I said, let me add some corn to this. They love corn. So now I'm going to add some corn. So I'm going to be adding some corn in each bowl. Not adding too much because I have to leave space for the meatless ground. Why are these things not staying steady? Corn tastes good. Good morning, Monique. Welcome to the live. Good morning, English. Welcome to the live. All righty. Let me turn this fan off, guys. So, guys, now I'm going to be filling my Fiesta bowl. So far, I've added my tricolor quinoa. I've added my corn, and now I'm gonna be adding this goodness to the bowl. Oops. So let's add some goodness to the bowl. Mmm. Wow. So if you're having a party, guys, and you have people coming to the party and they don't eat meat, they don't eat dairy stuff, this is a great idea. This is a very great meal idea. And this is very filling because it has the quinoa, the corn, the peppers and everything cooked up. So, yep. Whew. Alrighty. So guys, I already washed my veggies. I went ahead and washed my veggies. I put them back in a container. So I'm just going to add some veggies around the edges of it, as a decor. And we can eat them as well. So I'm just going to add some veggies around it, to make it look good. I like when things look good. Miss Dunkley Pickney, I am my mother's child. Those of you who know my mother is 80 years old this year. She turned 80 in December. And you can never tell my mother is 80 years old. She's Miss Hot Number. Her hair is always done. And she don't want to wear flat shoes. She doesn't want to wear flats. She always wants to wear her heels. Because she still thinks she's in her prime. So, hey. Okay, guys. So here is my meatless, beefy Fiesta bowls. Yes, my beefy meatless Fiesta bowl. So if you don't eat meat today, guys, all right, yes, it there. Yes, my meatless beefy bowl. So if you're vegan and you're watching this live this morning, oh, piece of my lettuce drop is all right. You could try this recipe. So now, guys, I'm going to test it for you. Twine is not here anymore to test my food. He said sometimes he regrets not being here, but man, I work hard. Yep. Man work 2 jobs. Yes. All right. So guys, I'm going to test this for you. Let's see how this tastes. And guys, guess what? I forgot to add the cheese. Oh, no, couldn't remind me. I keep it real on Ceelee's Kitchen. I keep it real in here. I forgot to add the cheese, guys. Was busy talking to y'all. I forget to add the cheese. So this is a vegan Parmesan cheese, guys. It's dairy-free. It's soy-free. It's gluten-free. It's non-GMO. So I'm going to add a little bit on top. It tastes very good as it is. And now let me add a little cheese on top to top it off. So I'm using almond mozzarella shreds from Trader Joe's. Or you could use any cheese of your choice if you're making this. If you're a meat eater and you're going to use ground meat, you could use any cheese of your choice. But because I'm catering for the vegans this morning, everything right here is vegan. All right, guys. See, it still look pretty, right? All right, so let's taste it with the cheese now. Let's taste it with the cheese. I thought it was tasting good before, but guess what? The cheese turned it up. The cheese turned up the taste of this Fiesta bowl this morning, guys. Wow. Mmm. 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 This is amazing, guys. This is indeed amazing. Very delicious. Very tasty. I'm going to drink some water to wash it down. Mmm. So delicious. Okay. So nobody won the cup. Nobody won the mug. Alrighty. So I'm going to give away the mug. I'm going to give away the mug. The last person who popped up on my live just now, Michelle from Brooklyn. Michelle, this cup is yours. So I'm giving away the cup to the last person who came in on the live this morning. So let's give Michelle some hearts this morning, guys. Let's give Michelle some hearts this morning for this mug. Alrighty. So, guys, the voting continues. The voting continues this week. I was number one in the competition, and by God's grace, I'm gonna be number one in the next voting, which is on Thursday. So Thursday night by 10 o'clock, guys, cast your vote. Cast your vote. And for those of you who donated, to my competition, I really want to say thanks to you publicly for donating and being a part of. My girl said, I know it tastes good. Go on, my big friend. Me not call your name. My big friend just popped up on YouTube, guys. Childhood friend. Yes, man. Guys, I'm telling you, the competition is stiff. This is a nationwide competition, and your girl came first in her group. The competition is similar to the American Idol, where they group you, and every week they keep eliminating people. So I was number one in my group, and I'm going, by the grace of God, I'm going to be number one in the top 15 next week. I'm going to be the number one in the top 10, and I'm going to be the number one in the top 5, and I'm going to be the winner. I'm taking away that $25,000, guys, and I will be in that magazine. So help me do this. Help me do this, guys, please. So every day, so if you vote today at 8 o'clock, let me give you an example how you should vote. If you vote today at 8 o'clock, like let's say 8 a.m. in the morning, your next voting time to vote free is 8 o'clock the next day. Sometimes when I don't even get the chance to remind people like Stephanie Hines, she would just text in on Facebook, voted, done, just voted, whatever. People was just voting without me even telling them. And I really, really appreciate the love. I really appreciate the love. Elwood, she was one of them. She called me. She said, oh, I'm just donating. I'm saying, my girl, where you donate for? I know how things go. Not talk about your business, Elwood. But, you know, people who you don't expect to do certain things for you, they go over and beyond. Audrey was one of them. Audrey, she reached out to Africa. The whole of Africa was voting. Not the whole of Africa, but certain parts of Africa, they were voting. She made sure that I won. And I really appreciated Audrey. I was teary when I saw that text from you that you reached out to people in Kenya and Central Republic of Africa, or wherever it is. And it was just a good feeling. My son's office, I can't stop talking about it. I hit up my son. I said, look, I'm dropped in second place. I have to be in first place. He said, Mommy, don't worry about it. It's done. It's done. And before you know it, as soon as he said it's done and hang that phone up, when I clicked into the link again, I was in first place. Everybody and their mama in his office was just voting away. My husband's workplace, I just want to thank you guys. I can't tell where he works, but everybody at both locations where he works, everybody was voting. I just want to say a public thank you too. Okay, and to all my big friends in my Jamaica, like Judy and Novlet and Emily and all of them, I love you. And thanks for the vote and thanks for the support. All right. So, as Jamaicans would say, walk good. So I want all of you on this live this morning to big up on yourself, enjoy the Saturday, and walk God. All right? Vote this week. Bye-bye.